Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we got some breaking news for you guys in the world of crypto, and it is very interesting to watch. Now that we are in the week of October, first week of October, Sam Bankman-Fried is facing trial this week. We still don't know whether this thing is going to be televised or not, but I am going to continue to give you guys updates on this trial as it starts to play out. Today, we're going to be looking at some of the names popping up as witnesses against Sam Bankman-Fried, some people who have already pled guilty to this case. We're also going to talk about crypto.com, how this case is going to be impacting them and what's going on with the price action on the CRO token and crypto.com overall. And of course, we have to acknowledge the fact that a Ethereum Futures ETF launched today. But what does that mean? And why is there less interest in this Ethereum Futures ETF than there was for the ProShares Bitcoin Futures ETF that launched back in 2021. Guys, if you like this kind of crypto content, consider tapping that like button as we hop into another live stream for you out there. If you love crypto, if you want to learn more about all things crypto, then you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, guys. Let's get right in. Let's share some screen action. We got a active chat this morning. Looks like game talk, kid talk. We got some things going on. Spelling errors. No worries, guys. Glad to see everybody saying hello this morning. Bitcoin is also saying hello with a little bit of downward movement over the last 24 hours. 3.2% downward action for the price of BTC. And just yesterday, we were seeing, guys, that this overall market was moving up. That was something that people didn't really expect to happen, at least at the end of September. But as October has come along, people are expecting it to be Uptober. Only going up? I don't know about that. We'll have to take a peek. It's hard to say exactly what's going to happen. We do know that there's a bull market coming. We just don't know for sure if the short term, we're going up or down here. A lot of people are calling for 20K Bitcoin. A lot of people are calling for 30K Bitcoin. I put out a tweet yesterday. Maybe we can check at the results on that of which one people think. What comes first, a 30K Bitcoin or a 20K Bitcoin? I personally think a 30K Bitcoin comes first at this point, but I still think a 20K Bitcoin's on the table. That's just looking at October trends and kind of everything we've been going through as of lately. Now, Ethereum Futures launched today, guys, but the price of Ethereum is down 4%. What the heck is going on? Isn't this supposed to be a bullish thing? Well, this is something that we talked about here on the channel, actually. When the Bitcoin ETF, Futures ETF, launched back in 2021, sure, there might have been a lot of interest, but the prices of crypto went down, and we'll take a peek at that in a second. Binance coin still hanging on. XRP still above 50 cents. Solana making really big moves. 26% gains in the last 7 days. Solana gets wild moves up and down. It's so crazy, the volatility that this token has. I just can't even believe it. Cardano at 26 cents. Dogecoin sitting at about 6 cents. Let's look at CRO, Crocoin, currently sitting at rank number 37, and looks like it's still kind of falling in rank, but still sitting at a 1.27, almost a $1.3 billion market cap, which we've seemingly been stuck at for a while now. The S&P 500 is also down today. S&P bearish, Bitcoin bearish right now. Very interesting to watch how this is going. Right now, the S&P 500 is at the bottom of its monthly candle. Brand new month, but just look at the last 5 days and we will see maybe this is trying to plug a hole in the boat here. Though if you kind of look at some of the last couple days, only one lower low over here back on the 27th of September. Hopefully we don't break below that, or else the S&P 500 may be falling a little bit lower even still. But look in here. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty low right now. This last monthly look, it's just not having a great time. These are every single day, and so you can see 1, 2, 3 bad days in a row, one green day, 1, 2 bad days, one green day, 3 bad days in a row. Maybe we have a green day coming up soon, hopefully before this thing continues to fall. Typically, October applies to even the S&P 500. S&P 500 sometimes does get a bearish September, as we've looked at in the past, but let's see how this thing plays out, guys. As for this Ethereum Futures ETF, this is trading as of today. There are several, specifically 9 futures ETFs that started trading today. But as you can see in the headline here, demand is lower than ProShares Bitcoin ETF, the futures ETF. Why? Why would that be? Well, guys, the fact of the matter is that Bitcoin is bigger than Ethereum, okay? Market cap is much, much, much larger, and Bitcoin is about 50% of the market, while Ethereum's only about 18 or 19% of the market, okay? So in that sense, that is one reason why demand should be bigger for Bitcoin than it is for Ethereum, because it's just there is just in general a bigger demand for Bitcoin. But what you really need to look at, and I'm going to go out to the monthly candles on this so we can see this again. I just showed this yesterday, but here's the day where the Ethereum Futures ETF launches. This is your October of 2021. This is when the Bitcoin Futures ETF launched. And this is what you get. This is what you get. Here's the launch of an ETF for Bitcoin, and here are 3 monthly red candles in a row. Seemingly looks like peaked out and then crashed. Bitcoin crashed 50%. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but if that did, it gets pretty close, guys, to a double bottom type of situation. So I wouldn't really be surprised, guys, to see this thing kind of come up to 30K and then maybe have that 50% capitulation back down to this level at about, 14, 15,000, or maybe just down to $20,000. These things are possible, guys. Are they likely? Heck, nothing's likely here in this asset class. You could argue that, well, Crypto Kip, the only reason this market crashed when that Bitcoin futures ETF launched back in October 2021 is because the bull market was over. Well, how do we know that that wasn't the end of the bull market because of that futures launch? We don't really know, but we can kind of look and see the timing of these things, and we can kind of start to say, just because Ethereum Futures ETF launches doesn't necessarily mean that Ethereum needs to be bullish. And in fact, Ethereum versus Bitcoin is only getting weaker and weaker and weaker by the month and the day. Here, just look at the monthly candles here. Ethereum has just been flatlined against Bitcoin. In fact, it's trying to tumble down right now against Bitcoin. I think at some point this is going to have a recovery. Ethereum is the building blocks for smart contracts. I mean, if you want to build a decentralized application, Ethereum is probably one of the first places you're going to look. And then you're going to look at some of the Ethereum major competitors. But, Ethereum right now, just because this futures ETF came out, doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to boom and go to the moon, okay? So that's what we're looking at right now. Overall market cap, obviously following the same picture as Bitcoin. And right now, to be honest with you guys, things are still looking bullish. We got 2 green monthly candles in a row. I'd really like to see Bitcoin continue to climb up. If we can break 1.24 trillion or break above a $31,000 price for Bitcoin, then maybe we continue to move up even a little bit higher. Today, though, we are looking at the very first day for the Sam Bankman-Fried FTX trial. This is about to start. Now, I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things from this article of the what you need to know piece here. So let's kind of go down because this is the really the meat and the potatoes of this. Who is expected to testify during this trial? So people like Nishad Singh, Gary Wang, and Ryan Salame. Now, Ryan Salame is a name I want to focus on because this is interesting. So this man actually pled guilty to all these people have pled guilty, and they're going to go on the stand against Sam Bankman-Fried now. Now, it's going to be very curious to what they say, but I'm especially curious to see what this Ryan Salame guy says. Ryan Salame, what he says. Because Ryan actually pled guilty to the charges of corruption, essentially, to campaign finance donations, illegal campaign finance donations. Now, if he comes out and he points the finger at Sam Bankman-Fried in this trial, maybe those charges come back. But what we know is that the DOJ has already dropped those campaign finance charges against Sam Bankman-Fried, which is very interesting. So going to be interesting to watch either how Ryan toes the line on this topic, while not pointing the finger at Sam Bankman-Fried on this, or how he flips on him and does start pointing the finger at him and these charges come back somehow. I don't know how that's going to play out, but it's going to be extremely interesting to watch. And then, of course, his ex-girlfriend Caroline Ellison, who might have some of the juiciest information against Sam Bankman-Fried. I would like to see his parents also stand trial. I don't know if they're going to stand trial, but they're certainly not talking about it in this article. But recently we saw some news about them where it seems like maybe they should be. Are we likely to hear from Sam Bankman-Fried? It doesn't look like he will testify. It's actually not very good in the court of law for you to be testifying in your own trial. That's something that time and time again you see lawyers trying to not get these individuals to testify for themselves. Now, we've seen some cases where it is to the advantage of that individual to testify during their own court case. Maybe you've watched the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, regardless of where you stand on that. He did testify for himself, and he ended up being innocent. So whether you like the outcome of that or not, that played out to his advantage. Are we going to see Sam Bankman-Fried do that? I don't really know. I don't really know if he's going to do that. I would be suspicious to see if he did, because I think that if he did, he would probably hurt himself in a big way, because he would probably crack under the pressure and probably lie, because it seems like he can't really help himself but to lie and doesn't seem to see what he did wrong here. So very interesting. Yeah, so you can kind of see some of the other things they talk about where he was making some bad moves, talking about the trial on Substack, trying to get money from people subscribing to him on Substack. So they're probably not going to have him on the stand. So that will be interesting to watch, guys. But expected arguments on this trial, thin to win. They don't want to air out all of FTX's dirty laundry, because at the end of the day, they just want to get this trial done and over with, and FTX Exchange wants to relaunch. At the end of the day, you have to step back and look at it from the perspective of from the perspective of somebody who knows nothing about it. You have to simplify it. So they're going to try to dumb this thing down, dumb cryptocurrency down. Going to be very interesting to watch this play out, guys, so I'll keep you posted on that. But this trial is going to continue to hurt cryptocurrency until we see this case come to an end. SBF is going to stand trial or go to court here. We're going to see everything come into light. And then people like Senator Elizabeth Warren, as you can see here, are going to say things like Sam Bankman-Fried's trial will remind everyone in Congress about the risks of an unregulated crypto industry. Now, we don't want an unregulated crypto industry, but we don't want overregulation. And so some people out there are going to go, let's crack down on this, let's crack down on this, and they might put crypto into a regulatory prison. Or maybe once this is done with, we can actually look at some of the real things that were an issue with FTX, and we can get some proper regulations in. Inevitably, the government tends to overregulate, so there's always going to be some risks with the government regulating. But in order for this thing to get green-lighted and for us to see a real inflow of money into this asset class, then we're going to need some proper regulation coming down the pipeline. So we're just going to need to get past this, guys, and then we can kind of get on with our bull market. Now, speaking of bull markets, Hong Kong is currently gearing up. Hong Kong is possibly a tailwind for lagging crypto activity in Asia, according to Chain Analysis. Now, we do know that China has banned Bitcoin several times in the past, and you can even see here on this chart that the interest of, here's Eastern Asia. You can see Bitcoin transaction value by region kind of came down. Why? Because of the Bitcoin bans back in 2019, 2020, and even in 2021, it kept coming down. Now, right now, it looks like this is kind of starting to come up a little bit. Why? Because, there's bubbling optimism in Hong Kong. It seems like they're trying to kind of become a crypto hub of sorts. The promotion of Hong Kong as a potential crypto hub is not necessarily indicative of Chinese government stance on crypto. This could be viewed as an exploratory approach to understanding digital assets without loosening mainland policy. So what you can see here, guys, is yes, the U.S. is still speculating and conversing about how we're going to go about crypto regulation, but you can also see that China is trying to get their vision set straight as well. We don't really know where this is going to play out, but we can definitely see that more and more, increasingly so, some of the biggest names out there in money, from banks to senators to congressmen to the SEC to the CFTC, you name it, everybody's starting to chime in on Bitcoin and crypto. we've got Ethereum Futures ETFs launching. We've got a spot Bitcoin ETF coming down the pipeline. Inevitably, if you don't adopt this, you will miss out on an opportunity for a brand new industry. And so Hong Kong recognized this. I think the United States of America is going to recognize this. And I certainly know that anybody out there in the chat right now recognizes what I'm looking at right now, which is the stock to flow model for Bitcoin. We can understand that if you go back to the beginning of Bitcoin, you'll see this thing has gone up and to the right over time. And there are different times that are better to buy Bitcoin than others. And we are certainly in one of the great times for accumulation. We are below one of the average price bands for Bitcoin and the stock to flow model. You can see that we are currently at a price which is in this blue region, which means, guys, this is a buying opportunity. This is a great opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin at lower prices. Eventually, we're going to come back above this white band. We're going to move back up. Here you go. There's previous all-time highs right about here. And we're going to see this thing move up, possibly even to $100,000 at some point, which is right around here, and probably peak out above the top of this line. We could see Bitcoin, guys, get up to a $200,000 to $500,000 price level, possibly even in the next bull market. People that are trying to be conservative on it are saying maybe $100,000 to $200,000. That seems reasonable to me. If we can go higher, I wouldn't really be surprised because of the obvious fact that a spot Bitcoin ETF is coming, and BlackRock and Fidelity and Vanguard and some of the biggest players on earth want to inject trillions of dollars into this industry. But we seriously have some hoops to jump through still. In the meantime, September was supposed to be bearish. It was bullish. October's supposed to be bullish. It's just not sure what it's going to do yet. We started up. We were big green numbers yesterday, and then it's kind of coming right back down today. November's got mixed signals, so we'll have to see how this all plays out. I think we got to keep an eye again on the S&P 500, guys. We got to keep an eye on this FTX case. This FTX case could be something that makes October and November bearish, because then you have senators and congressmen and newspapers and politicians that are going to be speaking negatively about crypto, using the FTX case as an example yet again. Maybe more buying opportunities to come with that. But one thing's for sure, guys, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average in, especially on the days where I see that there is fear, because I believe in the future of this asset class, as I know a lot of you in the chat do as well. And here's a good example. Honda is now accepting crypto payments for Bitcoin, XRP, and a variety of other currencies. Now, here's something that I actually haven't seen. It's called FCF Pay. It's a blockchain payment system, and they're accepting crypto. I looked into this, guys, and I want to show you guys. Apparently, there's 20,000 different vendors and more that you can actually use your crypto to pay with 20,000 different vendors. It seems a little clunky. You know, you select the payee, you got to add the billing info, and you send the payment. You can kind of see some of the details here. Seems a little clunky, but I'll tell you guys, this is inevitably going to get easier. Probably the easiest is going to be in the short term is when Elon Musk integrates crypto into Twitter, which, here you go. Speaking of FCF Pays, Twitter, they've only got 15.9 thousand followers, so not a very, very big following on that, guys. But let me go over this real quick, because I did put out a poll yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys the results of, because the question out there is, what comes first? 30K Bitcoin or 20K Bitcoin? 30K. Some people are saying 24K. Hard to say. 21 probs, but a 30 fake out to squeeze longs may occur. I believe that one. That's a good one. 21K, 30K. So we got mixed signals right now. I'm not sure which way it goes, but I'm very curious to see what y'all think out in the chat. I might as well go ahead and check that out, actually. Let's put out a little poll in the chat to kind of see what your opinion is on this, guys. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what you guys think, whether we hit a $30,000 Bitcoin or a $20,000 Bitcoin first. Let's put out this poll. What comes first? We'll go 30K or 20K. Let me know. I'm starting to poll. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. So Crocoin, we do love it here on the channel. However, going to continue to fall, guys. We've been predicting this. I believe it's going to continue to fall. Altcoin season ain't yet. Just brace yourselves, guys. Stay patient, okay? Ethereum Futures ETFs launch. Ethereum's not even pumping, so you can't get too scared about Crow and what it's doing right now. This is all within expectations, guys. It is falling down very steadily, very consistently until we get some kind of major break above like that kind of trend line, guys. Then we're really not going to see anything out of this, anything else out of Crow until we can get a big break above something like right here. That's such a terrible line. We aren't going to really see this thing boom back up, but when we do, we know. And if you're new here, then I'll show you. 1,000% rally versus Bitcoin. It's on the table. Crow versus the dollar, just struggling, just tick, 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 tick between this band all the way since the beginning of August. August, September, October, 3 months just trading between the tiniest band at 5 cents to 5.4 cents. I've seen a lot of comments saying, how come this thing's not just going to 6 cents? Because it's just very stable, guys. Not a lot of sellers, not a lot of buyers yet. Why? Because it's just not a bull market and we're still in a bear market. Why aren't people accumulating this? Well, they are, but there's some sellers too. It's just very mixed signals, equal parties on both end, and a lot of loyalty. I'm just glad to see this thing isn't really making any wild moves, at least to the downside right now. I still think there's a possibility we could get one big wick down to like this 3 cent level, but that would be if Bitcoin comes down to that $20,000 level or something, which didn't happen in September, which kind of surprised us. But who knows? Could happen. Maybe in October, maybe in November, or maybe we just go straight to the moon. I don't know. Let me see what this poll came back at from you guys. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's see how everybody's doing here. We got good mornings. Good morning, everybody. General Scarborough says, get your 100K Crow now. Croman Empire says, put them all in prison. He wants everybody from FTX in prison. Couldn't agree more. Just get these people out of the way. Macroeconomics is in the driver's seat. Absolutely. Croman, you're spot on. I couldn't agree more. I just think that we got to keep an eye on the S&P 500. The good news we have coming, guys, is that a presidential election is coming. Typically, that's going to be a bullish time for assets, just in general. That's going to be a bullish time for assets in general. James Bushman just followed Black Sea and me on X yesterday. I appreciate that. Gold Pony as well. Excellent. Very good. Got to stay in the loop with all things crypto by following some of the folks that are in it every single day. I saw some people talking about the Loaded Lions game. Now, yeah, the game is kind of at a standstill for me because it's really hard to level up until the competitive mode comes out and they get some of these new tools out and they show us what tools we have. We're not really going to know how this thing's going to play out. I mean, it's looking good. It's a lot of fun to play. It's very hard to level, and there's a huge jump in currency, so I hear what you guys are saying in the chat. They're just going to get better and better and better. I'm definitely playing the game. I like it a lot, but I'm kind of stuck right now, and I'm just basically accumulating gold and diamonds right now to try to continue to level up and buy some of that expensive furniture. Actually, I haven't checked into the game on like 3 days just because I've been so darn busy. I bought a house almost. I'm not finalized on that contract yet. I'm so excited to finalize that contract, though. It'll come. Let's see. Yes, please. It says, bro, I just watched 2 ads before getting in here. YouTube. You know, I upgraded to YouTube Premium a while ago and never went back. YouTube Premium was pretty cool. I mean, I don't want ads. Also, it used to be like a big advantage on YouTube Premium where you could basically, put on a YouTube video and then go into your other apps on the phone and you could listen. That's the main reason that I got YouTube Premium. Also, because I don't really love ads either. So, it's tough. But Croman says, yeah, necessary evil. That's how the content creators make their money. Yeah, I mean, we put in a lot of work. We put in a lot of effort. And really the only way we get paid is 2 ways, really, at this point. 1, ads, ad revenue. 2, is when you guys send us your support via super chats or you become a member on the channel. And every which way it does, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. But most importantly, guys, I want to make sure that you appreciate the content. I hope that you guys appreciate the content. I hope you guys appreciate the daily updates. Sometimes it's boring, right? Sometimes crypto ain't that exciting. Sometimes the markets are going up, but there's like no news and you're confused as to why. That's the beauty of crypto at the end of the day. It's a weird world of bear cycles, which are so confusing and puzzling. And one day you're depressed and one day you're fine and one day you're super bullish when you shouldn't be. And then there's bull cycles where you're just bullish all the time and you probably shouldn't be, because that's when you FOMO into coins that you probably shouldn't FOMO into. But I hope, guys, most importantly, you guys are enjoying the content. You guys enjoy the daily updates on all this, because it's just fun. It's just fun to do. It's fun to stay in the know for myself, and it's really fun to try to keep you guys posted with everything that's going on. Croman Empire asks, hey, Kip, what's your favorite altcoin other than Ethereum and Crow? It's a great question. Very great question. Probably, I don't know. I mean, there's so many favorites. Honestly, it's probably Solana. Black C's got me on the Solana thing. He loves Solana. I think it's Solana. It's got a lot of FUD. I don't think it was warranted. Look, FTX had a lot of Solana, but FTX is done. I think that's done and gone and over with. Solana could be cool. Caspa's got something interesting going on. Look, it just pumped too much for me to want to get in, but I've got my eyes on it. I love XRP. I mean, I've got a cousin who's just all in on XRP. I support that. I think XRP could be big as well. I like some Ethereum competitors. Cardano. Really, anything that's in the top 20, I take generally pretty seriously. And there's some out there that, maybe I don't love that are in the top 20. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. I could look through it, but some people love Quant, absolutely. Buju asks, are we getting into the elite gear drop tomorrow? We get early access. I'm going to tell you, Buju, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to do that, because right now I'm focused on closing on my house. Every little extra piece of cash that I have, I'm just saving it up. I'm going to miss out on the elite gear drop. I've been a part of every single airdrop for crypto.com, for the crypto.com game. I'm just not going to be a part of this one. And I don't mean to unexcite anybody or get anybody, bearish on it, because I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's bullish. I think, any development towards this game is good. I'm just not really going to spend any more, because I've got, the best land tile there is. I've got so much money in NFTs right now, and frankly, NFTs aren't really doing that well. I'm focused on buying Bitcoin right now. But if you're really competitive about the game and you want to have a chance at winning, well then, elite gear could be pretty essential to having the most advantage that you can in the game. Maker and Grail killing it right now. Yeah, General Scarborough, Maker crushes it. Maker and what's the other one? Maker and Maker crushes it always in these bear market. There's huge, and Compound. Maker, Compound, and Aave. Just keep an eye on those guys. Keep an eye on them. I'm not saying buy them. I don't give financial advice, but look at those charts, and you will see days where Maker always, but Compound frequently, and Aave sometimes has massive pumps. There's some other coins that I see that have massive pumps, but a couple of them haven't had pumps in a while. Like an example, Filecoin has pumps a lot for some reason. There's some other ones as well. I'm going to end this poll, guys. Let's see what the results are. So what does everybody think? 20K or 30K Bitcoin first? A lot of people say, 58% people say 30K Bitcoin first. 20K says 41% of voters. So let's see how it plays out, guys. Let's see how it plays out. What else is going on? What do you think of Link? I think Link's great. I think Link is an essential thing for Ethereum. It's a brilliant layer 2 solution that's going to help, tie everything together, guys. I think that it's definitely a coin that's going to stick around. One of the first of its kind, at least one of the more popular of its kind. I think Anchor is a good competitor to Link, but Link is still much better. And Unreal says come out I'm a real Kamal says crow to the top. Yeah, I think crow coin could keep going up. I really do think we could see a $3 to $5 crow in the next bull market. Don't get discouraged, guys, by this price action. Look, it was up here. Look at the different times we had some volatility. It's just been coming down. It's been a bear market. This right here looks like this right here. That's bear market, bear market, bear market. Eventually, we're going to have weeks in a row. Look at this. This is like almost 12 weeks in a row of green, 176% pump for crow. This can happen. We just need to kind of settle in. We need Bitcoin to bottom out. We need a bull market to come, and then we can see our altcoins start to go back. Guys, I like to focus on the large caps. I think that that's probably one of the best things that we can do here when it comes to crypto. If you're focusing in on the large caps, you're going to secure your money probably to the best of your ability in doing so. There's a lot more upside on some of these alts, but there is always more risk when you do that, guys, as well. Buju says, SBF facing 115 years in charges. Absolutely. I think he's going to get hit with it. I think he's going to be in jail till he's like 80 years old. I think that he won't be in there for life, but I think he could be in there till he's like, I don't know, anywhere from 60 to 80, and he's probably like 35 right now. So going to be interesting to watch that play out. But all right, folks, that's all I got for you in this one. I got some final presentations. I got to go sell today, but that's all I got for you in this one. I will keep you posted, guys, on more crypto content. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to this channel for more. Make sure you guys tap that like button. And as always, you got to remember, folks, to DCA HODL. And of course, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, everybody. I got more videos coming for you later today. I'll see you next time.